Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin' Hippo, and today I'm going to address a topic that I actually see pretty often come up in our Facebook group as a question from new sellers, and I think it's a pretty valuable topic to talk about just because a lot of new sellers don't understand that they should be ignoring eBay's suggested prices and when eBay suggests lowering prices. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like when we were new, if eBay suggested to us something, we were like, oh, hey, eBay said we probably should. But as a veteran seller, as you know, a seasoned seller, we would tell you to ignore it. And I think all seasoned sellers feel that same way. Once you get a couple of years of reselling under your belt and you get a feel for what you source and what you sell regularly, like your niche, you pretty much can even get to a point where you don't have to comp items anymore. You know what you want. You know what things are worth. You know what you're going to price them at. And eBay's prices are pretty scoffable. They're laughable. They're just terrible. It's like eBay wants to turn their platform into a nickel and dime garage sale. They're not good, and I wouldn't listen to them. What I would suggest doing is learning how to comp, and I have a video or two on that. I'll have something pop up at the end here for you if you haven't seen them yet. But learn how to comp, and don't just use eBay for comping. Make sure you're looking at solds. That's what the comping video will go into. But Sellhound is free if you're just looking items up. It has a paid platform to use for listing, but if you just want to go on Sellhound and look at solds, you can do that. Terapeak comes for free with an eBay store subscription, so you can look through the Terapeak solds. And then if you have like vintage items or very unique vintage plush, you can always take a gander on Etsy and see what they're selling for over there. A lot of the plush that are vintage that have more value will sell for more on Etsy than even eBay. Don't be afraid to look at Poshmark. Don't be afraid to look at Grailed or Mercari. Just when you're first starting out and you're just learning how to price and how to comp, I absolutely always teach people to look at as many platforms and places as you can to see what things are selling for and where and who. The different platforms have different audiences. I would say, like Poshmark probably has more trendy, fashion-aware, younger folks. Etsy has more of the people who are looking for vintage clothing that are all about, recycling, reduce, reuse. eBay is just kind of a potpourri of all kinds of different people. But, just look at all the different platforms and see what the different brands and items sell for everywhere. And then you can kind of get an idea of what your item is worth. And if you're going to get into a niche, let's say jeans, you're just going to get to a point where you know what certain styles and certain brands are going to be priced at to start. And the other thing I suggest, if you're new and you're just learning how to comp and you're learning about prices, if you know a trusted seasoned seller that you can comp off of, absolutely do that. If you're getting into plush, I would absolutely recommend going through our store, which is public. It's the Hippo Hut. And Robert, the zombie bargain hunter, you guys know him. He's the other plush expert. His store is public as well. And I'm drawing a brain fart on his store name, but it is public. His YouTube is Zombie Bargain Hunter. He's a moderator in our group. You can always ask him to give you the link if you want to look through his store. But yeah, feel free to dig through our stores and look through our plush and see what Robert and I are pricing things at, and you can kind of get an idea of what they're worth. And you might actually see like what I'm talking about when I say eBay's ludicrous when it gives you suggested prices, because there's some plush that they'll tell you, put this up for $5 ship, and you'll go check Robert and he's selling it for $30. It's probably worth $30. If you want to get into jeans, again, you can check our store to see what we're pricing stuff at, as well as Megan Mawiney. She's Shop the Sandcastle, and there's underscores. Shop underscore the underscore Sandcastle. She's the jean queen, guys, and she also is a huge proponent of pricing high, and she does get the prices she asks for. She does not race to the bottom. She does not participate in that at all. She doesn't do a fast nickel, and she does really well. So, and she knows her brand. She knows what she's doing. She's got a volume-based business. She does a lot of filler and bread and butter brands, and she's built herself quite the little empire. So I always recommend her if you want to get into jeans. She has like pants and other stuff in there too, but her strong point is jeans. And then you guys know Casey the Rockstar Flipper. You can always look through his store. I think Jamie Pace, the Thai guy, he's got a lot of public stores around. You can look through his stuff. But just find the trusted sellers that you know and look through there. Don't just randomly pick somebody and go through their store, because anybody can price anything at any price on eBay. That's why I always tell people, know whose store you're looking at. Make sure, you know, is this person an expert in this? Do they do this often? Have they been doing it for a while? Do they do well? But yeah, when you're learning, you don't even have to just wait until your listing or your sourcing to come. When you're new, take a couple minutes, 20 minutes a day, and just go through anything you're interested in selling or going out to source, or anything you have sitting around death piles. Just look through all the solds on all these different platforms, go through some of these trusted sellers stores and see what they're doing, and you can kind of get an idea of where things should be priced. But I absolutely 1000% cannot express enough how much you should be ignoring completely any suggested prices eBay gives you. They are ludicrous. They want you to price super low. Their algorithm, the way it figures it out, the average, isn't reliable. It looks at listed as well as sold. It's just not a reliable algorithm that figures out the math on the back end. And then the prices that they suggest are just way too low. And I know that oftentimes when you go log into the app, it will also recommend like lowering your prices. Ignore it. That's the best advice I can give you. If eBay ever suggests a price to you or suggests that you lower a price, ignore it. Ignore it. And ignore it knowing that you took my advice and you did your own research and you've looked through all the comps and you've looked at what things are actually selling for, and you know in your own mind, you know better. If they're telling you to sell silver jeans for $10 free ship, you know you should be pricing them at $50 with best offer. You know better. So just ignore any suggested prices or any offers, not offers, but when they say you should lower your price. Now, obviously, you should have best offer on, and you should be sending out offers, and you should be flexible in your prices, especially if you're going to be pricing high. I mean, that's part of the reason why, like Megan, Robert, Casey, and I, and Keith, and Jamie all price so high. We give ourselves a lot of room so that we can run sales and do offers. Buyers feel like they're getting a deal, and then everybody wins. So don't be pricing high and standing there, you know, choosing that hill to die on. But absolutely don't listen to eBay. If you see a suggested price, or if they ask you, you know, do you want to lower your price, just ignore it. This question comes up so much in the group, and that's always the general consensus from everyone that responds, is just ignore it. Ignore it. Learn what you're selling, learn your niche, do your own research, ask somebody else in the group, but just don't listen to eBay, because some of those prices, it's like I'm paying more for it at Goodwill than they want me to spend, you know, list it on eBay. All right, guys, if you have any more questions, comments, concerns, put them down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave. If you haven't already, and you'd like to, please subscribe to the channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You should also join our Facebook group. It's called Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. You can search for it on Facebook, or you can use the link conveniently located down below. Until next time, guys, go do your research, be productive, make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Bye.